Greetings, Sir Daniel 1975 back again, and yes, I'm here to show off myself against the Planet Killer. I actually, you see me looking around, I'm making sure I'm going where no one else is, and I take it on my own. And that lasts for around 5.5 minutes or so, roughly around that time, and then everyone else shows up. Everyone else defeats the other two. So I do not recommend going up against the Planet Killer on your own. But anyway, I did. You do get to see how this build holds up against that. Because this thing, what is it, every 5-10 seconds it fires me one of those massive blasts. Yeah, about 5 seconds I'm going to say. Yeah, so basically I'm working on pecking at it as much as I can, and then of course keeping myself alive. I do not have an explosion during this, so whatever I do, it works. Being an engineer in a pretty well tanked vessel does help the most. Now, obviously, you want to try and stay directly in front of it as much as possible when you're fighting or attacking it, because that's where it's vulnerable. However, occasionally, like when you're on your own, you're going to have to do a little bit of maneuvers to not die. It's kind of neat how that torpedo flew right into the center there. Kind of did a little turn. Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't recommend this to everyone. If you look at the sidebar there on the right in the middle, you see the beta is almost destroyed. I think that's which one that is. And the one below it is I guess it's about almost a fourth of the way. And now I'm starting to register that I've done something. And now the other Undine show up, so I'm not alone, and I have to deal with them, or contend with them, I should say. At some point, very shortly, I stop firing on the Planet Killer to take out these Undine, because they're easier to take out quickly, and otherwise you're just going to have an extra amount of people knocking on you. Now I see there I threw my that Undine rep healing bubble down, and then I can't seem to get back into it to try to keep me alive. But the one thing I do when my health does get kind of low, I do call in for the fleet support. And this is obviously that time frame when I'm just taking out these other guys. Yep, there's my fleet support. Just call them in. Figured that'll help. And now everyone else has shown up, or others have started to show up. And I'm not in the battle at this moment. I am healing up a bit. And even though I'm like 13 kilometers away, it's still firing on me. It knows I'm the weakest health-wise right now. That is just the way it goes. Yeah, I'm pretty low on health there. That's about my lowest point right there, about 27 health. It just went up to, yeah. Yeah, percent there was up at 33, you know, back down to 27, and 31. Now I'm down to 23. Yeah. As you know, you got to wait for your heals to cycle through so you can use them again. Anyway, so I'm come over here to activate the weapon, help take down the invulnerable shield. And basically what I end up doing is I'm the cleanup guy on the Undine right now, and the other few people that show up are the ones that activate the weapon. So sometimes that's what needs to be done. And someone just got it activated. Yeah, and not everything's showing up, but now that there's more people here, as some of you know, a few of these matches, they don't really go well as far as graphics for anybody. Doesn't matter what kind of card you have. I don't have a really great graphics card to begin with, but you don't always see all your weapons firing. Sometimes all your abilities, like that, the shield ability that I had on there was just kicking in and out at sometimes. Yeah, look at all the beams everywhere. It's really just too much for the game engine is what it is. I assume at some point they're going to update the game with a new game engine, probably within the next year or so. And probably people like me with weak graphics cards are going to have to run out and get a new one, which is all fine and all. It makes sense. Yeah. And see, I basically went from having a completely devastated hull back up to 100% around the end of the battle. So yes, against the Undine, the 8472 command counter command space gear works, and you will be able to go up against the Undine very easily. So anyway, thanks for watching. I think this will probably be it for videos of this ship with this particular build. Might show off some different builds with this ship. So anyway, catch you all on the flip side.